So let's talk a little bit about distribution systems in terms of getting your product to the end consumer. Obviously, there are distribution systems that you sell to a wholesaler, and the wholesaler sells to a retailer, and the retailer sends to the end consumer. But many companies find that they really want more control than that, so they want to have a distribution system where they control what goes on throughout the distribution system. For many, this means vertical marketing systems. There are corporate systems where a company will do forward or backward integration, where a company like McDonald's will not only own their own restaurants, but they will also go back and they'll own the farms where the cattle are raised. They'll own the paper companies where their cups and wrappers are made, and they'll do that. And of course, for a retailer, when they work backward into the distribution system, that's called backward integration. If a manufacturer decides that they need to have their own stores, their own wholesaling network and their own stores, that's called forward integration. So many corporate systems are set up so that eventually the corporation owns the whole distribution system. An alternative to that are contractual systems, where there's a wholesaler-sponsored voluntary chains like IGA, the Independent Grocers Association, which has a number of stores throughout the Midwest, or retail-sponsored cooperatives, where the retailer sponsors a voluntary network where people bring their products to that retailer and sell through that particular retailer. There are traditional contractual systems which include, of course, franchises, and you're all familiar with franchises. You might want to go out and buy yourself a Taco Bell franchise, or a Del Taco franchise, or an Arby's franchise, or a Wiener Schnitzel franchise, or whatever it might be. There are manufacturer-sponsored retail franchises. There are manufacturer-sponsored wholesale franchises. There are service-sponsored retail franchises, and then there are service-sponsored franchises. And so in each case, it's the notion that the company that's involved or providing the service sells you a franchise, and of course you have to live then by the franchise agreement. An example is the McDonald's franchise agreement. Once you're a McDonald's restaurant, you can't say, well, unlike other McDonald's, I'm going to start selling pork tenderloin sandwiches at my McDonald's. Well, McDonald's has a pretty tight contract that says, no, you won't do that. You're only going to sell what McDonald's says you're going to sell. On the other hand, if you don't like the idea of getting involved in the distribution system, you might try some direct marketing approach to distributing your product. Of course, that is with a database and email. You might have a mobile application or website. You might use direct mail or direct email. You might use catalogs, or you might use the home shopping network, all as ways to, and your own website, of course, all are ways for you to direct market your product to individuals. Many people will go through a merchant like Amazon, and then Amazon becomes their distribution system.